I'm going to explain exactly what's going on. You see, for a lot of you, right now, not for all of you, but for some of you, you're literally a single win away. I don't know why my eye just twitched, but you're literally a single win away from so many individuals acting like they've been there for it. When low-key, they were disrespectful towards you, bro. This shit's real. This shit's real. Like, bro, like, depending on who you are and how you carry yourself in life, some people's gonna feel the need to, like, pull back from you. We don't agree with this guy. We don't agree with what this guy wants to do with his life. Like, you gotta be kidding me. These so-called friends of yours are acting like females, bruh. Like, can you even trust these people as solid friends? Will they even come in your presence and have a real conversation? No, they won't. That's what I'm saying, man. This shit is real. We got a lot of cucks in this modern society that can't just be upfront and have a conversation with you. They just can't do it. So, for a lot of you, you're a single win away from everyone acting like they've been there for it the whole time. But guess what? They just simply were not. They never said one good thing about you the whole time. They were very disrespectful towards you. Just their energy towards you was just disrespectful in general. It's probably past people you were friends with or something like this. People you used to know. And they're just waiting, bro, because here's the thing. What do women do when you boil over the edge? They're all coming. A lot of them are watching you at one point. Oh, he's got potential and stuff, but I'm going to wait it out. And once you boil over and you become that guy, they're all coming. At that point, they're all coming, bro. Literally coming. It's the same thing with these idiots, bro. It's the same thing with these dweebs. Like, how can you even consider yourself a good friend or a good person being that way? You're not solid. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're doing, and you're intimidated by somebody that does. This is the truth that they don't want to accept. They don't want to hear. They're the same people that don't want to feel any pressure with their lives and just let me be who I am and act however I want, and just there's no repercussions. There is repercussions when you're in my life. I can tell you that much right now. If you're not solid, you're not solid. How can I trust you as a friend? If you're a female just wilding all the time, how can I trust you as my female? Guess what? You can trust me as your male because of my actions. Your actions. Can you guys hear that? There's a fucking ambulance going on in the background. All right. You can trust me as your male because of my actions until I prove otherwise. Nobody wants to be accountable in this world today, bro. People want to act however they want, and it's ridiculous. Friends think they can just... Friends, right? They think they can act however they want and treat you however they want and not be on the same page as you. It don't can work that way. Once you start to act weird and do some weird shit, then you're just another nobody acquaintance, just whatever. We don't know who you are or what you're thinking or what you're doing. They're acting like females. So how can you deal with these individuals? You pretty much don't. Carry on with your life. And the thing is, bro, I'm telling you right now, a lot of you are that single win away. I've been there. I've seen the shade. I've seen what happens when you boil over the edge. And I'm sure there's going to be different levels of it. I'm very sure of it. You're going to see the shit I've seen. People's behaviors start to change. Some people's just watching your whole life and journey just to see what happens. They don't even really, you know, they'll pretend to be cool with you and stuff, but really they're not. And this ain't everybody. I know genuine people where I come from that I have conversations with and stuff like that at the gym and in other places, but these are mainly people you've been friends with probably most likely a long, long time ago. They'd be the weirdest ones, bro. It's because you have a big purpose, you're doing something probably pretty big with your life, and they just, it's like they don't want to accept it. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, it is what it is. So, you have to stay clear of these individuals. You have to know how to be with these individuals. You don't let them just come in when they want and go when they want, and you gotta hold some people accountable at some point, bro. Like, are you the only one that's solid, like, in your whole circle and surroundings? Like, you can't let people just disrespect you like that. You're better than that. You're higher than that. You're not just anybody. You have created yourself into something. You've done the work. You're a respectable person. You don't deserve that behavior. You don't deserve those years of questioning what is going on with these people. You don't deserve that. You deserve much better friendship than that. The solidest people I know, the people I conversate with the most, are people that aren't even from where I'm from. And there's a few where I'm from. But there's even more in other places. They understand things the most. Where I come from, it's far few in between. There's people that get it, sure, but it's like, I just think it's going to take more people time than it's taken me to do certain things and reach certain points and certain levels and whatnot. And you're only ever going to get around with what you can kind of relate to. And it's like, you just kind of deal with more pressure than everybody else, and your life elevates probably a little bit quicker than everybody else, and therefore people don't want to really be around you. But then all of a sudden you boil over and it's like you get the fakeness once again. They're only doing that because something may benefit them if they show you something. I don't know. But it is what it is, bro. People act weird all the time, and it's as if we don't know what's going on, but we know. Like, people underestimate the things we know. Some of these girls underestimate that we know when they're playing some sort of game. They think they're like doing something and it backfires on them because we have countered what they're trying to do. People underestimate us all the time. They don't understand that we live for this shit, bro. We live for the realest shit on earth. We carry ourselves accordingly, and it's like, when you've reached those levels, you just see what everyone else is doing. So it's like they're your children. It's like everyone around you, including these females, and everyone else is just your children. Hell, there's people older than you that they are your children because of how you conducted yourself in this life. You have fully committed yourself, and there's no taking nothing away from you. You can been right there in the face of adversity, and you have lived that life. And when you've lived that life, you're going to see a lot of things unfold in front of your own two eyes. Just like I have. That's why I tell you this, because I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of stuff. And I guarantee you I'm going to see more as well. I guarantee you I will. I guarantee it. So you guys got to, know how to deal with people like this, because people like this is going to come when you hit that another level, bruh. They're going to come. It's like it's a crime just to be real with people today. It's a crime to just have your friends understand you and them act accordingly and act right and act respectful around you. It's like you get these young little dweebs and they think they can just disrespect you. And it's like, bro, they're lucky there's rules, because you can just flatline them whenever you want it. Some people are just disrespectful. It's like their lives might not be so good. They might be going through a tough time, but there's still no need to be disrespectful. I was never that way. Whenever I was in the thick of things at the most, I was still not that way. So why are you that way? I must be more solid than you are, huh? Must be. There must be something within more than yourself, huh? Because I don't do that dumb shit. I'm not an idiot. I understand myself. I understand others. It's not fair for me to take things out on others. It's not fair for me, no matter what I'm going through, to treat someone else like shit. It is weak. It is unfair. But people have no problem doing it to you. They have no fucking problem, bro. We live in this unaccountable, degenerate, low-life society. You got a bunch of people who think they're so fucking cool, bro, because they talk to people on Snapchat or whatever else. They think they're something fucking cool and popular and everything else. You're all a bunch of idiots. You're controlled bots. You can't even think for yourself. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what to do, and you just act however. It is ridiculous. This is what our world has come to. And no, not everybody's like this, but man, this is most of what is in society today. It is most of what's in society today. And it's very, very difficult, bro, to amend with the right people who want to do it the right way. It is very difficult. That's why you have to be patient and just continue to elevate yourself. This is the movement. Elevation, aka also known as we're going to live our lives regardless of what's going on around us. All this greed, all this bullshit. All these snakes who think they can act however they want, do whatever they want. It don't matter. We're going to keep doing what we're doing and blow everybody else out of the water. That's what we're going to do. Because we are focused on becoming. They're focused on degeneracy, on accountability. Doing whatever they want. And just big dummies, big doughheads. Not doing nothing great with your life. And it's not that you have to do something great right now, this second. But guess what? You got to start to try. You got to start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And guess what? It's difficult, but you have to commit to it. You have to do it. What else are you going to do? Commit to this low-life society? Play the game? Waste your time? Is that what you're going to do? We got shit to do. You're either going to do that or you got shit to do. Get used to it. Because we are builders, we are building our lives. They are destroying their lives. They don't even realize it, but they're destroying their lives all for the fun, right? That's what life's all about, just for fun. Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun. The world don't go around and operate in the way you would like if all you want to do is have fun. That's just not how it works. You're going to have a very damaged, brutal, dark future if that's what you think is the answer. Let me tell you that right now. You're going to. Guess what? Even when I was a kid, I paid consequences for having even a little bit of fun. I was in a dark place at like 18, 19 years old, and I started coming to the light. And even when you come to the light, there's still going to be these challenges and trials and tribulations, and you have to work through that regardless. That's what it's all about. And people just don't want to do it. They would rather have fun and piss their life away, and they're gonna have demons, bro. They're gonna have darkness in their minds because of what they did not do. I know young kids right now, bro, like they're some of them are at the gym and they're in their early 20s and they're like shaking because they're coming off alcohol. They're quitting alcohol and they're like shaking because they indulge so much into that life. That's how fast shit can happen. My life started to feel an effect after like a couple of years of being a teenager, of the partying and stuff like that. It started to take a toll like fast. And as soon as it did, I stopped. And when I stopped, you're in the darkness. Because you stop. You come to the light. You quit these bad habits that you're doing. You get rid of Jezebels. It's like you're weaving out all this darkness to come to the light. That is what you have to do. Let me tell you something. The light is a much better place to be in. You don't want to be left out in the fucking dark. You don't want to be left out in the dark. You don't. Because there's going to come that day. You think everything's fine. You think it's fine. You think everything's just fine. I have my friends. I have my friends. Things might not be the greatest, but I have my friends. All of a sudden, you get a little bit older. You get a little bit older. You get a little bit older. And you don't. They veer off. They veer off. And all of a sudden, you're left with nothing more than, or less than accountability. You have a life now that you have to fend for. People ain't building their individual lives nowadays, bro. That's what you have to do. You have a life that you have to build. You do. Don't depend on your wife to take care of you. Don't depend on your friends. You have a life that you have to fend for. The quicker you realize that, the better. The longer time goes on and the more you don't realize it, and all of a sudden, oh my God, you're in the darkness. You should have listened. I know what it feels like to be in the dark. I know what it feels like. And I worked myself out of that just as fast as I got myself in it. Because you know it's the right thing to do. Like even when I was younger, bro, like you don't really know what the partying, the alcohol, these crazy females can do to you when you're young. Like you don't realize it. You don't realize it fully. Because you do it at night, you had some fun, you're not suffering too much, it's okay. You go back to school and whatever, but when you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, things start to feel off. Things start to feel off. That's when you have to like stop. Because if you just keep doing it, you're just going down this dark hole of an alley. You're just going in the wrong direction all the time. You're going further and further away from where you should be going to, which is to the light. To the light. You don't want to be far in the darkness, brother. You don't want to be there. I say this to you as a real one. You don't want to be in the dark. You want to fight for the light. And if you're already doing everything right, you're not going to have to fight that hard. But if you're in the dark, you're going to have to fight in your life. I put myself in the dark, bro. I got screwed over by a Jezebel. Got completely emotionally manipulated. Like badly. Worse than you could possibly imagine. By a very good looking girl. There's no worst possible scenario. Because you fall hard for her because of how you see her. There's no worst possible scenario. And at this time, you're indulged in the partying a little bit and all this other stuff, and you just get left in the dark. And that's when you work yourself out. So, like I said, some of you guys right now, and this is a pivotal moment in life. Some of you are a single big win away from a lot of change. This is a real thing. You can go from having like 500 bucks, $1,000 in your bank account, to 2 years later, a completely different story. A completely different story. So you could be one big win away from a whole different life and lifestyle. And a lot's going to be exposed when this happens. That's a very pivotal moment in your life. You have to pay attention to what's going on around you at this time. You can't fall for everything, bro. You can't fall for the way some people start to treat you right nice and different and stuff. And no, you can't fall for it. You don't have to just think it's fake automatically if someone's treating you good, but it's like, don't be stupid. Let things play out. Don't get taken advantage of. You got to be careful. That's what I'm saying here. Don't get taken advantage of. Don't just let someone be your friend because of who you've become. Don't let someone close just because of who you've become, because of what you can do for them. It is bullshit. because of the same people that would not be there if you didn't boil over the top. They're only there because of the benefit. They're only there because of what you could possibly do for them. People only stay in contact because of what you could possibly do for them. They're not solid. They're not your brothers. They're not your friend. They only come when they can use you, and they're gone whenever they're not using you. That's who they are. And there's a lot of those people today. Like, they're not really there. And that's a shame, because they're the same people that's not going to have no real friends. There's a lot of people in society today, it seems like they have a lot of friends. They really don't. Some people do, but a lot of them don't. Some people have maybe a few real friends. The rest aren't. And they think that they are. And they're going to realize later on that they're not. People veer off, and it's life. But being blindsided to this is the issue. I was blindsided by it. Bro, there was some, it's like we done shit all the time. Like, had some of the funnest and funniest times like ever. And you think that they're like your friend. You don't think nothing bad could happen, but it does. Bad things can happen. When you start to go a certain way and they're just not kind of being who they should be, they're indulging in bad stuff, and it's like you're changing your life. Like, if you think you're going to be friends with a person like that, you're kidding yourself. It depends on others as well. Like, that's a big thing about life. There's a lot of people you could potentially be very good and close friends with, but it depends on them. It's going to depend on them whenever you're that guy that gets it done. You get it done. You're capable of being that person. You're capable of being that friend. You're capable of being that relationship partner, but are they? That's why it's on them. At this point, when you're that person, it's on them. Because you can deliver, but can they deliver? Something to think about. So that's it for this video. Like I said, some of you guys are very close away from that one big one that's going to boil you over the top, change your life. And that's when you got to be careful, bro. Because the snakes are slithering. The vultures are up in the trees watching. And some people's just waiting to pounce. Be careful.